for tuning in. I was gonna wait for a little bit until 6 o'clock, but I want to I want to get into 6 o'clock. I want to do it before 6 o'clock. Before I can tell you this, time is one of the most valuable resources. Okay, every person on Earth, no matter their age, status, or background, is given the same 24 hours 24 hours each day. However, we use these hours, however we use these hours can make a huge difference in our lives. Okay. So 6 o'clock, think about it. You wake up at 5, 6 o'clock. You have a choice to get your life in order. You have a choice to make a big change, a big impact on the world, or whatever you want to make an impact on. But I want you to make a big impact on yourself because you have 24 hours each day to make a difference. And what time of the hour? Start at 6. Early is better because think about 6 o'clock, and you got all the way until you get ready to go to bed to make a choice in life, a positive choice in life. Not negativity. So imagine you have just one day, 24 hours, to get your life in order. What should you do? What should you do? I want you to ask yourself that. What should I do? How can I make the most of this precious time that I have on this earthly land to get my life in order? Understanding the value of 24 hours. A day may seem short, but it's packed with opportunities. When you realize you have only 24 hours to set things straight, you naturally start to prioritize what really matters. Instead of wasting time on distractions, you focus on what's truly important: your health, relationship goals, and happiness. So start your day off with prayer. Start your day off with prayer. Ask for guidance and strength, and just store it like that. Store it like that. So 6 o'clock, you can say, you know what? I'm going to make a plan for this 24 hours. This 24 hours that I have. The first step is to make a plan. Take a few moments to think about what areas of your life needs attention. What do you need to clean in your house, your room, or whatever? Do you need to sort out some finances? What is holding you back in life? I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna change it around. I'm not gonna say what I would this say. What decisions you need to make? What mindset are you in? Is it some trauma that you need to release for this morning? Take a morning walk. If you got a dog, take your dog for a walk. Okay. So write down write down your top priorities so that you won't forget them. Like I tell you all the time, it's journaling. It's journaling. So you can always go back and remember, you know what? I did set a goal for this. I did make a choice of this. You see how I picked back up my tablet, my folder, and I'm doing the same thing that I did before because it's already written. It's already written. So I can go over it again and remind myself that I have 24 hours a day. I can remind myself I have 24 hours a day to get something right in my life. And that's what each and every one of us need to start doing, that to start thinking positive, that we have 24 hours a day. I can go back to some of the other work that I have done because it's called journaling. It's reminding yourself, documentation on things that you need to repeat in your mind. Repeat in your mind for your mind to start. Listen, your mind is a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. Mm. So always understand when it gets stronger, that means you entering in. It's like a like data entry. You know how like data entry, you enter information in the computer. So that's like your brain. You storing information in your brain that you won't forget, for you won't go out into the world and be foolish. This is what it's for you can just keep on remembering and keep on telling yourself that this is what I need to do. I have 24 hours a day, so it's something about me that I need to get right. What is it that I need to get right? Dot it down. Get you a notebook and put it in there, so you can always go back to it and say, you know what, I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to be doing today. But you have a plan. You have a plan because you already journaled what you need to cover each day. You need to cover this each day, every day that you wake up. Start with prayer. Start with prayer. That's the most important thing that of the day. Start with prayer. Once you start with prayer, seek out that guidance that you need. And I already know what you need to do. You need to change this mindset of yours. Change this mindset. So once you start getting a daily routine, you'll start to remember. But then when you get to a point in your life that you say, you know what, I used to do it like this, but let me see if I can really go back and see what you got it written down. So your directions and the foolish ways that you had, that you done written this down. So I need to follow the guidelines of my plans, my life plans. I need to follow this guideline of my life plans because I already written it down. So if I write it down, then that means if I'm working on myself, I can complete this goal of working on myself because it's already written. It's already written. Write it in pen, not a pencil, because you can erase whatever you don't erase it. Don't erase nothing that you have put down, because if you erase it, then you confuse your brain. You confuse your brain. Don't write it in pen, or if you got a computer, write it out and print it because it's already written on the paper. You understand what I'm saying? It's called journaling. So you will always remember that I can go back to this and say, you know what? I did have a plan. Or even when you fall short. Let me tell you again. When you fall short, you can go back to that plan, that life plan that you have for your life. You understand what I'm saying? And say, you know what? I have done it like this. You know what? I was doing good like this. So let me continue to do it like in this order. You understand what I'm saying? So if you understand that, then you know that you have 24 hours a day. Yeah, 24 hours a day to make your life better, to make it right, to make it make it make your life make yourself the best version of yourself. Say it like that. Make yourself the best version of yourself. Okay? So you already made your plans. So what you got to do next? When you made a plan for your 24 hours, when you make a plan, what you got to do? You got to take action. You got to take action towards that. So once you know what needs to be done, start taking action. Big break big tasks into small steps. Okay, so you already know that the first thing you do when you open your eyes and wake up, you pray. Okay, you pray, ask for strength and guidance and wisdom and knowledge. Ask the Most High God to give you all those things according to His riches. You understand what I'm saying? Ask for these things. Ask for these things. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so if you want to become, just say if you want to become healthier, use a part of your 24 hours to exercise. Exercise, whatever exercise you want to do. You want to take the dog for a walk. You exercising the dog, and you exercising you. You understand what I'm saying? So dot that down. Okay. Um, I don't know, like a lot of people, I haven't started eating healthy or whatever. I haven't did that. That's not in my plans right now. But uh, you know, so schedule if you want to, and this is very important too. This is very important too. So always keep up with your even your doctor's appointment, your going to get tested every 3 months, whatever. All this. Keep this in your plans. Write it down so you won't forget it. Keep this in your 24 hours a day plan. And don't change it. Like, why would I want to schedule a doctor's appointment every day? It's a plan that you know that you already written it down. So you know that this 3 months, I need to go get checked. I need to go see about what's going on the inside of me, or however it is, or whatever you need to do. Okay. So always keep that in plan. Have something written down for your plans of life. Okay. So you can go back to it. Just make it in your schedule book. This is my life schedule book. Okay. So if your just say for instance, if your room messy, make sure you get up, clean it up. You might do like I do. Sometimes I just mess up the room. I throw clothes all on the floor. I do all this stuff. I put paper all on the floor just for me to do something, just for me to have something to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I clean up my room. I clean up my room. Spend some time organizing. I do that sometimes too. I get in the drawers and I just start rambling through the drawers because I already know I just threw everything in the drawers, and I need to straighten it out. I need to organize it. It's organized now, but probably the next time that I see look in there, I might have threw some more stuff up in there. So now I got to get all these papers and I got to sort these papers out. I got to organize these papers. You want to be organized. You want to be consistent on your journey of your self improvement. Okay. Even small steps make a big difference when time is limited. So don't forget to reflect as you move if as you move through your day. Take short breaks to check your progress. Okay, check your progress, because at the end of the day you have to worry about self. We working on self. Okay, we're not working on a team member. We're not working on this. We're not working on that. We're trying to improve self. Okay, we're not worrying about the team member. We're not worrying about the environment. We're not worrying about none of this type stuff. We're worrying about self. Okay, this is what we're doing right now. We're worrying about self. You are staying on track. So make sure you stay on track on your daily routine. So even if I get on here every day, I'm gonna talk about the same thing over and over and over again, because it's something that I have to remember. It's something that I have to remember, and it's something that you guys have to start doing, because this is something that we need to start doing. It's not something that we that okay, well, I might do this and I might do that, but it's something that we need. Okay. So the power of small changes. Remember letting your life no. Remember, getting your life in order doesn't mean making everything perfect. It means taking meaningful steps towards improvement, even if you can't solve every problem in 24 hours. Okay. You can't solve them in every problem that you have in 24 hours. Okay, not every problem. So you can create a little steps that will help you keep improving every day. Oh, excuse me, that's that coffee. So now you have to come to your realization. You have to come to realization and say, you know what, I really do need to follow order these steps. Order these steps. So that means you got to know that life is not a game. Life is not a game. When we think life as a game, we might treat it lightly, believing we always can restart or undo mistakes. You understand? It doesn't matter. It's not. Don't think about a mistake as in physical. Don't think about a mistake as in something that you did or something that you did and gonna get you in trouble with the law. Think about a mistake that you made, as in you might have journaled wrong. You might have set the timer on wrong. Something like that. So just think about the mistakes, just what you could have done. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, you could have started journaling yesterday, but you didn't do that. That was a mistake that you did, that you didn't do. You didn't journal yesterday. So now today is a 24 hours of this day that you can store it today. Okay. But life is different. It has real consequences that affect ourselves and others. Okay. When you broken, when listen, oh, when you broken, your environment is broken. When you are broken, your whole entire environment is broken. Especially if your environment, if you a groupie. I'm just saying like that. Like if you're a groupie, you like to hang around a lot of people, a lot of a group of people or something like that. When you the main one is broken, your whole group is broken. Your whole group is broken because the energy that the broken person is putting out, it rubs off on the next folk. It rub off on the next folk. So if you broken, your whole entire environment is broken. That's just like how if you go to church right now, the church is a lot of churches is broken, right? So that means if you go to church and that whole congregation is well, if the pastor is broken, the whole congregation is broken. It's broken because you go to church and you get in the word, but your life ain't seen a change for no good. Your life ain't seen to fall into a place where this pastor is telling you that it's gonna fall in place, right? It's not falling in place. Your life still look like what it's been looking like. Your life still looking like what it's been looking like. It's not getting no better because that pastor is broken. That pastor is broken. You're not, your life is not changing. You're not owning a big old house. You're not succeeding this. You're not in 24 hours, you're not getting this big money that they say you was gonna get overnight. You're not getting all these things because he's broken or she's broken. That's why you're not getting it. But go up there and ask them, you got $150 bill that need to be paid. Ask, oh, we got this program going on. We got this program going on. I got to do this. I don't really have it right now. Got plenty of money in the bank, but you still broken because you falling behind somebody that's broken. You falling behind somebody that's broken, and you want to know why your life falling apart. You want to know why you got this amount of money that's due on this bill or credit card bill or something else that don't even sit right in your soul because you letting somebody lead you that's broken. Mm, talk about it, Kizzy. Talk about it, Kizzy. Talk about it, Kizzy, because it's true. It's true. What was that song that little something we all fall down, ring around the roses, something that song we all fall down. That whatever the however the song goes, whatever it goes. Think about that. Think about that song and take it into your life today. Take that song and take it into your life today because at the end of the day, if that church is broken, you broken too. You broken too. You might not even look at it in that order because in your mind you already have this information stored in. That's my pastor. You can't tell me about my pastor. I know what my pastor do. But your life is not looking better. And you've been going to this church for all these years and you still ain't succeeded nothing in your life. You still haven't succeeded nothing in your life, but you still going to this church because he broken or she broken. And you ain't succeeded nothing. But you study paying tithes, study paying tithes, study paying tithes, study paying tithes, and your life is still looking the same way. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. You gotta get up early in the morning, go work hard to make this money, to make all this money to make ends meet. But you paying tithes. You paying tithes that your life is still looking the same way that it was looking 20 years ago when you first started this church. Your life still looking the same way 20 years from that, 20 years from now when you first started this church, and he been saying the same thing over and over, and or he or she been saying the same thing over and over again, and your life still downgraded. And why he upgraded? Yes, I'm telling you the truth, and that's just the way life is today. That's the way life is today. Your life still, you still in poverty, but he said you was gonna get out of poverty 20 years ago, and he's still saying the same thing, and your life still stuck. Your life still stuck. That's the God's honest truth. Your life still stuck because he done told you this 20 years ago, and you still ain't got no big house. And God haven't blessed you with all this money that he done told you before, or she done told you before. You ain't got all this money, right? You ain't got all this money. Some people can barely feed the kids. Some people can barely feed the kids. But 20 years ago, my pastor told me that my life was gonna be better. But he live in luxury, or she live in luxury. What are you doing? That's why I always have to have that one-on-one relationship with the Most High God, and study putting your trust and your faith in your pastor. That's why I tell you all the time. That's why I tell you all the time. You have to have that one-on-one relationship with God. You have to put your trust and faith in the Most High God, not your pastor all the time, because your pastor is really, if they broken, they lead you away from him. Y'all better get it right. Y'all better get it right. y'all better get it right. You better get it right, because that's the God's honest truth. And people, I done seen people put $1,000 and 2,000 in the thing, and your life still look like the same way. And the money that you're getting because you worked hard for it. Because you worked hard for it. You ain't getting no blessing because you ain't getting no the proper blessing, because you don't have that one-on-one relationship with God. You have a one-on-one relationship with your pastor. And that's the God's honest truth. You have a one-on-one relationship with your pastor. You don't have a one-on-one relationship with the Most High God, and you want to know why your life still look like that. Now, don't let me speak the real on that subject. On that subject, and you still driving your Toyota Corolla. You're still driving your Toyota Corolla while he driving a Bentley, and you want to know why your life look like that, because you don't have that one-on-one relationship with him. Mm, mm. So today I want to tell you, you got moving beyond your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is confined. Your comfort zone is confined in your pastor, not a one-on-one relationship with the Most High God. Your relationship is not confined with the Most High God. It's confined in your pastor, because you believe everything that somebody says. Open your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Open your eyes today, ladies and gentlemen, and realize that we are living in the world that's evil. So if it's evil, then the love of money is root to all evil. The love of money. The love of money. We didn't say that we can like, you can like money all day long. You want to have money, but the love of money is a root to all evil. You got to know the difference. Got to know the difference. Okay? So moving beyond your comfort zone. Often making the right decision requires stepping out of our comfort zone. Staying comfortable might feel safe. Like you might feel safe with your pastor, but your life still look the same way. Your life still look the same way. And that's what a lot of people, I'm just gonna be real with you. Your life still look the same way. And you thinking it in your mind, because this is the information that you've been getting all these years. So you comfortable. You in your comfort zone. I got that word today. Mm-mm. I got that word today, but that word don't mean nothing when you don't have a one-on-one relationship with him. Hmm. But it can hold us back from growth or better opportunities. Facing new challenges and making difficult choices can be stressful, but this stress is a sign of growth and learning. By pushing ourselves beyond what feels easy, we become stronger, more confident, and better prepared and better prepared for life's challenges. Okay? So you got to know that every day is a fresh start. Every day is a fresh start. No matter what happened yesterday, today gives us another chance to try, to change, and to grow. When we wake up in the morning, we have the opportunity to make a difference in our lives and the difference in other people's lives too. So a new beginning. Today is not just another day. It is a new beginning. Mhm. We can leave behind past mistakes and worries. Today we can decide to think positivity, set goals, and take the first steps towards reaching them. Each morning brings new energy and hope. Hope, making a positive difference. Even small actions can make a big difference. So just think about I used to always my mom used to always tell me if you smile back at the world will smile back at you. So think about just in your life today, learning from yesterday. Learning from yesterday. We cannot change yesterday. Yesterday is past tense. But we can learn from it. We can learn from it. If something did not go well, use today to do better. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons to help us grow. With each which with each new day, we have another chance to get things right. To get things right. So think about think about today is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. Say yes to new experiences. Say yes. So that means get out that comfort zone. Get out that comfort zone and start working on self. Get out that comfort zone. Get out that comfort zone. Okay. I want you to get on that comfort zone. So if you're doing all these things and you know that I want my life to be better than what it was yesterday. I want to become a better version of myself today, tomorrow, and forever. That's just like how God works. God is with you today, now, today, tomorrow, and forever. If you know these things, what do you have to have? You have to have consistency. You have to work on self, but you got to have consistency. You got to have consistency. Consistency is a simple yet and powerful quality that plays a major role in achieving success and personal growth. It means sticking to your goals, your routines, the routines that I told you about, the routines that start off with prayer, okay, and habits habits over time, even when things get tough. Even when things get tough, you got to have what? Consistency, because consistency is important in every area of your life. Consistency. Why does consistency matters? When you are consistent, you build trust in yourself and from others. Okay? So if you practice a skill regularly, you will improve much faster things if you only do it once in a while. you know. So think about if you constantly do something every day that you wake up, every day that you wake up, you'll start having more, you start thinking more of what I'm gonna program my mind to doing this because I'm consistent on my journey. I'm consistent on getting my improving myself. So consistency is very, very important. Consistency is very important. Consistency makes it easier to reach goals. Imagine trying to learn a new language. Learn a new language. Because I know I tried to learn a language and years later, I don't forgot all that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't forgot all that. So you gotta have consistency on trying to become a better version of yourself each day. Becoming a better version of yourself each day. So if you study for a few minutes every day on your consistency of getting your life in order, you'll start programming this in your brain. You'll start programming this in your brain. So that way the consistency is you'll have a daily routine. You already know to wake up, pray. Then it'll become natural to you. It'll become natural. It's not. It's gonna be a part of your life story. Okay. so so you will remember more and make steady progress. So there's this progress that you want to keep going, and every small goal, every small step that you take with this consistency, that that you're working on self discovery, self improvement. You want to improve yourself, so the consistency is if to program your brain to know when you wake up, this is something that you have to do. That's why it's called reprogramming your brain, because you want to wake up with this already on your mind. You already know what your schedule is. You already know what you got to do. You got to wake up in prayer. You got study all that. So doing something regularly, even if it's just a little bit, just a little bit at a day, out of these 24 hours, you can take three of your goals, because it ain't gonna take long. Two or three of your goals, and practice this all every day. Practice this every day, and it'll add up and lead to real improvement in your life. It'll add up to lead to real improvement in your life, and overcoming obstacles. Being consistent is not always easy. It's not. Man, there's something, a piece of hair in my nose. So, overcoming obstacles, being consistent is not always easy. Remember that it's not always easy, but sometimes you may feel tired, busy, or unmotivated. But you gotta motivate yourself. Like I tell you, you gotta be your own cheerleader. So when you're your own cheerleader, you start to realize that I had to do this for myself, and I don't know what is my nose, like somebody tickling in my nose. So the key is to keep going, even on hard days, even when you don't feel like getting up out the bed and doing what you need to do. I might not want to get up every day and working on self, but guess what? I'm working on self at the same time, because I want to program this in my mindset that I don't want to be foolish. I don't want to go to no club. I don't want to do this. So what do I need to do? I need to study. I need to get self. I need to improve self. I don't need to improve. I don't need to improve the world. You know what I need to do? I need to improve myself. So making a plan and sticking to it helps you stay on track. It help you stay on track. Remind yourself why your goals are important and why you started at first. Okay. Celebrate small wins as along the way. So the benefit of consistency. When you are consistent, you build good habits and self-discipline. Oh, like I tell you before, some of us it could have been a long time ago, but we learned from long time ago. Okay. But I tell you all the time, like self-discipline. Sometimes you have to discipline yourself. Put your nose in the corner, just like how if you got kids, just like how you'll tell your kids, put your nose in that corner and don't you look over here. You know how you put your kids in the corner? Put yourself in the corner sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? So you wasn't consistent on your journey. You weren't consistent on something. Put your nose in that corner. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. So if you know that you don't want to put your nose in the corner, that means you'll stay consistent on your journey of self-improvement. Okay. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. So over the time, these habits become more natural part of your life. So consistency brings stability and confidence, helping you handle challenges and achieve what you set out to do. So just remember that, man. And we already talked about this. We already talked about this, but I'm just gonna do a little of this right now because that's it. So after all this stuff that you know, what you do, you asking God to order your steps, asking God to order your steps. And that's, I mean, I can go into the whatever we wrote down, whatever it is, but maybe I should. When you ask God to order your steps, you are inviting Him to guide. Listen, guide your what directions. To guide your directions, actions, and future. You can't see the future. Are you gonna be here in the future? Ask yourself that today. Are you gonna be here in the future? So just think about if somebody got some tarot cards and they tell you, oh, your future gonna be this, your future gonna be that. But what God say? Are you gonna be here tomorrow? These people have told you that your future is gonna be set up like this. That your future is gonna be set up like this. But are you gonna be here tomorrow? That's what you gotta ask yourself. But these people that told, oh my God, these people that told me that my future is, and now you're in a hospital bed, and now you don't have consistency because these people that told you that your future is gonna be set out like this. Understand life now. Understand life, and this is the God's honest truth. Understand life. These people that set your life out. They done mapped your life out and told you that your future is gonna be successful. Your future gonna have money. Your future is gonna be this. You're gonna have the husband, or you're gonna have the wife of your life. But now you're looking towards your future because somebody done read your palm, somebody done read your card, somebody did this and somebody did that. But now you in a hospital about to die. I'm gonna tell you something. You in a hospital about to die, and now you come to realization that this tarot cards reading wasn't even real. Because what God has planned out for my life, this is something totally different than what these card readers are telling my life, man. You got to open up your eyes and look at what you do in life. You got to open up your eyes because can't nobody tell you about your future. Are they your creator? Or no, they not. They not. They not. So how can you get guidance from somebody that's reading a card on you? How can you get guidance from that? They people just like you. You can get a card and say whatever you want to out your mouth and tell somebody something and make some money like that. You can get a card and tell somebody, "Oh, I see you married with 3 kids and a house with a white picket fence." You can tell people that too. But the real source is ask God to order your steps. You are inviting Him to guide your decisions, actions, and future. It is an act of humility and trust, admitting that you may not always know what's best for you, but by seeking divine directions, you open your heart to wisdom that goes beyond your own understanding. Your own understanding, because a lot of us have understood our life, our life from either somebody else or what we think in our mind. Or what we think in our mind. Okay, well, I can go out. I'm gonna say it like how people. I'm a hustler, man. I can make it in this world. I can get this money. I can do this and I can do that. But then we lose sight on God's plan for our life. We lose sight on God's plan for our life because we go on our own understanding. Well, if I get enough money to do this, I can hit a lick right here, and I can just go ahead and just, go do this, go buy this, and I can start selling this and start gaining this. But we lose sight from God's will for our lives because we think we can do everything on our own. We think we can do everything on our own, but when we start realizing that life can be unpredictable and full of challenges, and then when we hit a stumbling block in our life, we don't understand it because we didn't ask God to order our steps and our decisions and actions and lead us towards the future. Ask God. We didn't ask God to order our steps. We went on our own understanding, thinking that we can go sell drugs, or I can go, or even if you were like me, I go get me some drugs. I give me a lot of drugs, and I sell me some. I sell me some. I have money in my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that we do, but we don't ask God to order them steps, do we? Because we already know that we're doing wrong. We already know that we in sin. We already know that this is not pleasing to God's eyes, but we still do it in a ways. But that's my time, you guys. I hope this encouraged you guys to just know that just ask God to order your steps, because when you start doing that, you inviting Him to guide your decisions, your actions, and your future. Okay.